When I wake up in the morning, I see your lovely face.
Let's go. Let's go, man. Now you have to wait for.
When I wake up in the morning, I see your lovely face. Your cheeks like butter, honey from my tender. You take my breath all away. Your pretty little face like so tender, like pearl from the morning gloom. Your laughter a joy to remember. Heaven has blessed me with you. The very day you came to me, my whole life become brand new. Because of you. Oh baby, I still in your side. Oh baby, I still loving your smile. So tell me, Gucci, I understand. Tell me, Gucci, oh baby, tell me, Gucci, I understand. Tell me, Gucci,
Good morning, my humble shareholders. Please, let's get seated so that the program will commence. We are sorry for starting the program behind schedule. Please get seated, all the shareholders, please. Let's start. Please, when we get up to say the national anthem.
Shareholders, members of the board of directors, representatives of regulatory authorities here present, esteemed customers, members of management, members of staff, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It gives me great pleasure to warmly welcome you all to the 7th Annual General Meeting of Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank PLC. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I wish to express our sincere appreciation to our esteemed shareholders for your unwavering confidence, trust, and support towards the growth and development of our bank over the years. Today's meeting provides an important opportunity to reflect on our achievements, evaluate our challenges, and discuss the strategic direction of the bank as we continue our commitment to delivering sustainable value to our shareholders. The financial year under review was characterized by a dynamic and challenging economic environment marked by inflationary pressures, exchange rate volatility, regulatory adjustments, and changing market conditions within the Nigeria financial sector. Despite these challenges, the board and management remain focused, resilient, and committed to maintaining operational efficiency, strengthening our financial position, and enhancing service delivery. I am pleased to state that the bank continues to make deliberate efforts towards improving mortgage accessibility, deepening customer confidence, and supporting the federal government's drive for affordable housing finance in Nigeria. Through prudent financial management, innovative and strategic initiatives, we have continued to position the bank for sustainable growth and competitiveness within the mortgage banking industry. During the year under review, the board maintained strong corporate governance practices and ensured compliance with all regulatory requirements as stipulated by the Central Bank of Nigeria, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, where applicable, and other relevant regulatory institutions. We remain committed to improving shareholders' value while strengthening our operational framework, expanding our service offerings, leveraging on digital transformation, and enhancing risk management systems to ensure long-term sustainability. Distinguished shareholders, your support remains invaluable as we continue to pursue our vision of becoming a leading and trusted mortgage institution dedicated to housing, finance solutions, and economic development. As we proceed with the business of the day, I encourage constructive participation and meaningful contributions towards achieving our collective corporate aspirations. Once again, I thank you all for honoring our invitation and for your continued support for the bank. It is therefore my pleasure to formally declare the 7th Annual General Meeting of the Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank PLC open. May I also remind you that the register of shareholders is available for inspection by any person attending the meeting and will remain accessible throughout the meeting in compliance with the requirements of Section 275(8) of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAMA. I am Dorothy Ognan Gimba, retired, Chairman of the Board of Directors, Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank PLC. Permit me to also introduce other directors of the company. List of directors. DIG Suleiman M. Abdul, Non-Executive Director, representing Police Accounts and Budget. Commissioner of Police Lennox Taylor, O. Taylor, Non-Executive Director. He is the Executive Secretary, Nigeria Police Cooperative Multipurpose Society, representing Polcom on the board. Commissioner of Police Samson Wuda, retired, Non-Executive Director. Assistant Commissioner of Police Saed Umar Garba Fage, Non-Executive Director. He is the Financial Controller of the Nigeria Police Cooperative Multipurpose Society, representing Polcom on the board of the Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank PLC. Mr. Abubakar Suleiman, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank PLC. Welcome. Mr. Abdurrahman Ibrahim, Executive Director, Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank PLC. DCP Okorie Fidelia, Non-Executive Director, representing the National Housing Fund. You're welcome, madam. Mr. Mutalib Atande Akinlade, an Independent Executive Director of the Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank PLC. You're welcome, sir. Dr. Kingsley Ogbonnaya, an Independent Non-Executive Director of the Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank PLC. You're welcome, sir. Let me also introduce our very competent and able Company Secretary, Barrister Uwege K. Kennedy. Representatives of the independent auditors, Abdul Malik Ahmed and Co. Are they here today? I understand. Representatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. I hope they are on their way. Representatives of the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC. Representatives of Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC. Representatives of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Representatives of First Registrars. Mr. Secretary, please confirm if a quorum has been formed.
Thank you, Chairman. Please, may I confirm that the number of shareholders here present constituted statutory quorum for this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Please read the notice of the meeting.
Thank you. Notice of meeting. Notice is hereby given that the 7th Annual General Meeting of Nigerian Police Mortgage Bank PLC will be held on Thursday, 30th July 2026 at 11 a.m. at Peacekeeping Hall, Nigerian Police Force behind Force Headquarters, Ms. Edet House, Gariki, Abuja. You will be asked to consider and, if thought fit, pass the resolution below. Ordinary business resolutions. 1. To receive the company's audited financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2025, together with the report of the directors, external auditors, and audit committees thereof. 2. To declare a dividend. 3. To elect and re-elect directors. 4. To reappoint Mr. Abdul Malik Ahmed and Co. as auditor to the company. 5. To authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the external auditors. Dated this 8th day of July 2026 by the order of the board. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Please permit me to present my statement, Managing Director's statement, and Director's report, as the copies have already been distributed to you all. I hereby propose a resolution that the Chairman's statement, Managing Director's report, and Director's report should be taken as read. Can someone please rise and second the motion, please? Can somebody second? Okay. Oh. Thank you. I hereby declare that the motion is carried unanimously. Thank you. Thank you, our distinguished shareholders. The item number 1 on the agenda of the meeting is to receive the audited financial account for the year ended 31st December 2025, together with the reports of the directors, auditors, and audit committee report thereon. Copies of the report have already been given to you in accordance with the provision of the Companies and Allied Matters Act and the company's article of association. I therefore lay before this meeting the director's report, the audited financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2025. We will be pleased to answer questions and receive comments that will arise from the report and financial statement before we proceed to the next item. However, any question outside the report will be taken after all resolutions must have been passed by the members. May I request that any director or shareholder who wishes to ask questions with respect to the report should please introduce him or herself before asking questions or making comments.
Any questions with regards to the audited financial statements? All right.
Good morning. I am ASP Ganiat Agbedino. I would like to know why the Police Mortgage Bank branch in First Headquarters has not been active for a while now. Thank you.
Please, my humble shareholders, we want to take questions with respect to audited financial statements. We have taken note of your questions, but we won't react on that now. Anybody that has anything to ask pertaining our audited financial statement, we will take it now. Then we'll take other questions that bother or concerns the bank later on. There will be a forum for that. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. May I here propose that the report of the directors and independent external auditors, together with the audited financial statements for the financial year which ended 31st December 2025, submitted to the meeting, be received. Any seconder to that motion?
Good morning, everyone. My name's ASP Nelly Akpan Isaac. I so second that the report be received. Thank you.
Thank you. I hereby declare the resolution carried. Item number 2 on the agenda of the meeting is dividend declaration. After the conclusion of the audit and approval of audited financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2025 by the Central Bank of Nigeria and making all statutory appropriations and provisions, the Board of Directors hereby recommend the declaration of a total dividend of 388,500,000 naira only, which translates to 10 kobo per share for approval by the shareholders. May I propose that the declaration of dividends of 10 kobo per share proposed by the bank, by the Board of Directors to the shareholders for approval be and hereby approved as proposed. Any member in favor of the resolution should please indicate by raising their hand, he or she. Give her the microphone, please. Give her the microphone, please, so we can all hear. Thank you.
Woman ASP Elizabeth Badebo, I second to it.
Thank you. Resolution is hereby declared carried. The item on number 3 on the agenda of the meeting is to appoint non-executive directors. Commissioner of Police Lennox O. Taylor is the Executive Secretary of Nigeria Police Multipurpose Cooperative Society Limited. He represents the society on the board of the Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank PLC. He replaced AIG Oyedira Oyeyemi, retired, who has retired from the force and by virtue of his retirement is no longer a director. The Nigeria Police Multipurpose Cooperative Society is the single single largest institutional shareholder of the bank, and the executive secretary of the society sits on the board. The new director brings to the board robust experience garnered from public and professional practices, and his profile is in the annual reports, which you all have with you, an account, and it's also available on the bank's website at www.nigeriapoliceMortgageBankPLC@mortgagebank.com. I repeat, www.nigeriapoliceMortgageBank.com. I hereby propose that the appointment of Commissioner of Police Lennox O. Taylor as non-executive director of the Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank PLC be approved by this meeting. Will members in favor of the motion please indicate by raising their hands? Thank you.
Mrs. Chairman, I rise. My name is CSP Ibo Francis Ina, Sovereign Art Police Accounts and Budgets, Force Headquarters, Abuja. I rise to second the motion aptly moved by your good self for the election of CP Lennox accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you. I hereby declare that the resolution is carried. In continuation of agenda item number 3, which is to re-elect a non-executive director of the bank, the next in line is Commissioner of Police Samson Wuda, retired, representing Association of Retired Police Officers of Nigeria, APRON, retired by rotation at this meeting. In accordance with the provisions of Companies and Allied Matters Act, the director is eligible and has put himself forward for re-election. May I propose a resolution for re-election of Commissioner of Police Samson Wuda, retired, be and hereby re-elected as a director of the company. Can someone rise to second the motion, please?
Mr. Chairman, I am ASP Ganiat Agbedino, serving in Department of Operation for Secretary Abuja. I hereby second the election. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The resolution is hereby carried. Item number 4 on the agenda of the meeting is the re-election of independent auditors. The item number 4 on the agenda of the meeting is to re-elect Mrs. Abdul Malik Ahmed and Co. as independent auditors to the company in accordance with the provisions of Company and Allied Matters Act 2020. Companies at any annual general meeting, a retired auditor, a retiring auditor, however appointed, shall be reappointed to audit the financial statements of the company and to hold office from the conclusion of that until the conclusion of the next AGM general meeting, unless he is not qualified for reappointment. If a resolution has been passed appointing some other person, that could be another instance, or the auditor has to give the company a notice in writing of his unwillingness to be reappointed. I hereby propose that Mrs. Abdul Malik Ahmed and Co. be reappointed as the independent auditor of Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank PLC. Can someone please second the motion by raising your hands? Thank you.
My name is CSP Mbakalo. I stand to support the motion of you. proposal for the reappointment of the independent auditor as proposed by the chairman.
Thank you very much. The resolution, I hereby declare the resolution carried. Item number 4 on the agenda of the meeting, number 5 on the agenda of the meeting is to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditor. Item number 5 on the agenda is to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors. I hereby further propose that remuneration and expenses of the independent auditors, Abdul Malik Ahmed and Co., be fixed by the directors for the period ending at the conclusion of the next annual general meeting. Will a member please second the motion?
I, DSP Gloria Iyoha, seconded the re-election of the audit, that's the Abdul Malik and Co. for the remuneration of the shareholders.
Thank you very much. I hereby declare the resolution carried. At this juncture, I will call for comments or questions from shareholders concerning anything that has to do with the bank. General questions will be entertained, and I will call on the CEO, Managing Director, to prepare himself and answer all the questions that will arise. Thank you.
So, any question on anything on the bank, please? Okay. So, as you rise, please help us, give us your name and your initial.
Inspector Maria Sampson from the Nigerian Police Cooperative Multipurpose Society Limited. My own is not a question as such because of the issue on ground is about this ATM card. Some of us, our card expired since last year. Up to now, we don't have ATM cards. We have to be struggling to go to the bank to go and request for transfer or withdrawal. Even though some of the staff of the bank have been helping us, some that have the opportunity to have their numbers, they have been helping us to do the transfer for us, but it's not easy. I wish we can have ATM cards so that it will be easy for us. Or if it is possible, we get a mobile app from the bank so that it will be easy for us. Thank you, sir.
Questions,
Good morning, members of the board. Chief Executive, sir. Just an observation, though I stand corrected. I observed that in the last 5 years, renovation loan, in the last 5 years, renovation loan has not really taken its effect as one of the mandates of the bank. So I want to know the reasons why, please.
Renovation has not.
Renovation loan.
In the last what?
5 years.
5 years.
Yes, sir.
Have not taken effect. You say has not taken effect? No, excuse. Sorry, you said renovation has not taken effect.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any more questions, please? Please, 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 ask. Ask, please.
Distinguished stakeholders, please feel free. The bank is yours. You own the bank. Please, let's just feel free Forget you are wearing a uniform now. Please just ask any question because we are here to serve you better. We are here to answer the questions, and so we'll be able to improve on our services to you. Thank you. Yes,
Thank you, ma, for the reassurance. And there's immunity here.
Yes, sir. Inspector Maria, sir. I still want to plead, sir, whenever salary enters, all other banks, we get their salary. We that are collecting our salary from a police mortgage bank, we have to wait for like 1 or 2 weeks before we will get our salaries. Please, if you can help us rectify that one, we'll be happy. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Chairman. My names are SP Olga Christiana. Just like the last speaker has just said, by the time we receive a credit alert, for you to use the app, the phone app to get some money, it should be indicating internal error for about 2 to 5 days before you can be able to make some withdrawal with the app. Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is ASP Ilya Adamu from FCT Command. Please, I want to ask, how are we well represented all over the commands? Because what we are doing here in Abuja, there are other people in other commands, and I don't know whether they are being carried along or such thing can be done in another command as is happening here. Since it's a general thing and all the Nigerian police are represented here, we are here. But I want to see how I want to know whether they are Nigerian Police Mortgage Bank is well represented every state in the country. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. My name is ASP Nenche Joseph A. from Lifecam Division, Abuja. Sir, I would like to know the difference between this Nigerian Police Mortgage Bank and National Housing Fund. Why I'm asking in the sense that since policemen, they have been deducting their salaries for National Housing Funds, and I have never seen most of police that have benefited for this housing. And after retirement, very few police officers, I don't know, were paid or paid their contribution about the house funds. I don't know whether it is applicable for this mortgage bank. Thank you, sir.
Right. If I may, sorry, let me just respond to this set of questions, about 6. We'll continue. Okay? So please just reserve your questions, but let me answer them so I won't miss any. All right. Let me start with the ATM card. Okay? I think, first of all, let me apologize to all of you on behalf of the bank. It has been a very big and challenging issues. This addressing the issues surrounding this one. So I say, first of all, let us apologize. The problems are real, the issues are real. What happened was when we rolled out the ATM cards, that's about how many years ago? We were riding on the back of another bank, First Bank. And over the years, the architecture has changed completely on the usage of the card. So now instead of trying to, we say, let us now go on our own, obtain our own BIN because we are not strong enough to get it before they won't give us because we don't have the base. We are just starting. So we had to go through our own bank identification number and start all over. And not only that, also improve on the card itself. Previously, the card is just for card withdrawal, cash withdrawal, and transfers, isn't it? Now, we want to move it into web interbank transfers, web purchases, where you can buy credit, you can buy on online items, all these things, the way you can do anything with your phone, you can use the card. That proved a little bit also tortuous because it has to do with not only us, the bank, but with InterSwitch, who are the main service providers on that one, and FinTrack, our core banking application. We have done almost everything successfully except the last item, which is the web purchase. We even pleaded, let us now produce the card, roll out the cards on behalf of, so that at least we mitigate the suffering of our customers in accessing their funds. But on their own, they insisted, no, this is their service agreement. Everything must be done 100%. I said, even this morning, we did some tests. Just one particular item that is on the web purchase that is a bit cumbersome. But we are working hard, as you just to make sure before the end of August, we are through with it, and everybody got his card. And I'm sure you get it, it will be much better. You'll find it more, the utility will be much better than what we had before. And if we have that, I think it will also reduce the issue of access and so salary and what have you. We are very sorry on that one, please. So we'll work to make sure it is done, please. We are trying to do it so that we get the best. We don't want to do it halfway. And so what is worth doing is what's doing well. We have been on this since February. We have been working on this. I'm telling you since February. We will do it, check this one, correct that one. We go back to them, hold online. You know it is online. So sometimes in the programming, just a comma in the programming can just scatter everything. So we are very sorry, but you're working hard on it. And I wish to give you that guarantee that by the grace of God, before the end of May, before the end of August, it will be online. We'll all get it. Because even all the names of those whose cards are expired, it's ready. It's just for us to produce. But if we produce it, it won't work unless InterSwitch also is counting. Yes, if InterSwitch does not activate it, there's no point. So there's no point raising your hope only for it to be dashed. So we're very, very sorry, but we are working hard to sort that issue out. On the issue of renovation loan, sir, I don't know, you said it, that's why I kept on asking. You said it has not taken off? Eh? It has not taken off? Okay, wait, excuse me, no. You see the one giving you mic, huh? Can you recognize her face? Go and meet her. Because I'm surprised, that's why I keep on asking. The renovation loan has been on for quite a long time. It's one of our major products. Yeah, it's one of our major products because, in fact, we have over about 902 officers collected, and also the value of giving us of 1.4 billion on that. So please, just come over, please, okay? Come tomorrow if you can't make it today, okay? And then if anybody tells you anything, okay, ask if I'm around. See me. Let me know the reason for that. On salary delay, Inspector Maria, I don't know. Is it that the salary has not been paid or you have not received? Because this salary, actually, is the day we receive salary from IPPS, is the same day we apply it across the accounts. Okay? All right, let me understand you better. Please give her the mic. Hey, who holds the mic? Give her the mic. Let me understand her better so that I'll be able to respond correctly.
Sir, if, for example now, like today now, some of the banks have started receiving alerts for their salaries. But we mortgage bank will not see any alert of our salary. We'll be expecting by next week to see our alert for the salaries.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. That one, I think it goes beyond us too. We have tried our best to you see with IPPIS, I think the way they pay the salaries too, they stagger it. I don't know, that's a way, I think, with this one. We tried our best to make sure we have the best of relationships with them, so that we also put our own in the front burner, because maybe it is not just the police, and they're paid across all the federal government employees, and depending on the cash availability at the central bank, they do prioritize, and they're receiving today, isn't it? I can assure you also get your own by today if we receive, because there's an alert that once we see it today, we know ours will also come that same day. So I believe by close of work today, it will be, yours too will drop. But the way on our own part, once money drops, that same day is applied to the customer's account. That same day. But what we will do, I think we'll also do more with the Ministry of Finance, that is on the IPPS, to push, because I've done everything to make sure we have a very good personal relationships with them, in such a way that even through phone calls and whatever you can get it done. So we will still do better and make sure that at least, but what we'll also do, we'll start keeping track. Once they start paying anyone, we'll keep that as the first day. And then we'll also pursue to see when hours will come. So we'll take care of that. The issue of internal error, I think it still has to do with the ATM issue. Once it is addressed to the challenges, this challenge will be over. Once it is addressed, the ATM issue. ASP Ilya, representation over commands and whatever. I don't know. Let me take it. If it is spread, branch spread, our license is a state license. So we cannot spread beyond Abuja. But in terms of offering services, anywhere you have a house, Birnin Kebbi, Goza, Calabar, end of Lagos, anywhere we can serve you. You can access mortgage, because the real money for the mortgage is not there, it is here. They are here in front of you. So anywhere we have, our main partnership or relationship is Federal Mortgage Bank. And we have very good relationship with them, and whatever they always give us listening ears, and in fact speed up on our transactions. So anywhere you have any house, yes, but our presence, it may not necessarily be there, because physical presence, it may not be. As a matter of fact, today's banking is more of channels, not for necessarily brick and mortar presence. It's more about channels, how you access your money, and how you conduct your transactions, and you don't have to be there physically. So that is it. And for our own, like we said, your houses, wherever you have your house there, you bring it, you will get the money, you buy the house, your house will be there, your account will be here, and operations will continue. You access your money anyhow. Because times have moved now from the previous system where you have to be in 100 branches. Some of us now have spent 3-4 years of listening inside of the banking hall, because everything is being done online. So that is the movement that we have. But on this particular AGM, like this one now, you can see it being streamed here. Here. The same thing on Facebook, Michael, and other channels. All our social media channels there, it is being streamed. And we have mentioned, if you have a question, you can send it. They can send it via their place we particular that they can ask questions, and it will be read and responded to on that. ASP Joseph, difference between Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank and National Housing Fund, isn't it? All right. There are two different things, but complementing each other. National Housing Fund is a fund established by an act of the federal government, okay, whereby each employer is supposed to deduct a certain amount from the employee's salary and also give his own counterpart contribution, which will be credited to the employee's account with the Federal Mortgage, that is Federal Mortgage Bank. That is the NHF account itself. You cannot access mortgage loan without having that account, without being a contributor to the National Housing Fund. So first of all, for you to access loans, mortgage loan from the Federal Mortgage Bank, to own a house, okay, at a single digit rate, let me put it that way too, okay, at 6%, you must contribute to the National Housing Fund. That is one side of it. Why is it a complement? You cannot access that without going through a primary mortgage institution. That is where Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank comes. So now, you contribute to National Housing Fund. Okay? You contribute to the National Housing Fund. If you want to access it, you come through us, we help you access it, and you have your house. Then, after accessing it to National Housing Fund, Federal Mortgage Bank, we are responsible for getting their money back with them, okay? So like we are your guarantors. We introduce you to Federal Mortgage Bank, they give the money, but then they look up to us to bring back the money over the period of years. So you can see, they are different but complementary to access the same goal. Now, the money that you contribute in the National Housing Fund deduction is in your account, but it's been held by the Federal Mortgage Bank. Upon retirement, if you have not been able to access the National Housing Fund loan, mortgage loan, you are supposed to pass it through your employer. So in this case, the National Housing Fund office in the police headquarters here are supposed to gather the list of all those who have retired with their account numbers and amounts they have contributed, and they will pass it to Federal Mortgage Bank. Federal Mortgage Bank will now process and refund that money, not to you directly, but back to your employer. So in this case, it will be refunded back to the Nigeria Police, so the National Housing Fund office will now disburse the money to the various, to the police officers. So I think in this case, where there is a challenge, some people have retired and they have not been able to get back their money, they should please contact the National Housing Fund office in the force headquarters here. They are the ones that are responsible for getting back your contribution from there with some additional interest actually on that, I think. So, cash center, I think you mentioned it. This is one area that I think we had to re-strategize actually. It was not living up to its expectation in terms of, you don't just put it there as an edifice. It is supposed to be a business generating center. But where we are spending more than what, because after salary, most of the salary period, people take money after 8 years, and most of the staff, they are just there idle earners. So that's why we decided to, let us see how we'll even restructure it. We are thinking of whether turning it into a major ATM gallery, okay, or also have another POS center within, so that it will add more value. But I think we are working on it on this one. Just like the one that we had, it's a center that we had at Day. We have not opened it, but you see, based on that, we have to remodel it into and then give it out to somebody who will make it. The same thing we're trying to think outside the box and see what we can make out of this far, isn't it? Anybody ask any question which I did not answer? I have answered. Okay, let's go on to the next set. And if there's any follow-up question on this, please feel free to ask. That is why we're here. Like the chairman has said, we want to hear from you, the field do better and how to improve on what subject, please. Thank you. Next set of questions. Thank you.
Chief Executive, sir, thank you so much for your concerns and your answers. Your response, they are so massive and very beneficial. I thank you on that regard. Just a quick observation, sir. Boils down to National Housing Fund. My name is ASP Kingsley Ohanji Mastinis. I'm the ICT officer, National Housing Fund, Police Accounts and Budgets. I want to quickly say that refunds, retirement, the money goes from Federal Mortgage Bank, FNB, and straight.
Thank you.
Ashokun Shamsidin, attached to Force Intelligence Department. I have three questions to ask. Please, sir, what are the measures in place to protect customers' personal and financial data from cyber threats?
Because criminals no longer go around with arms and cutlasses. And again, my second question is bordering on junior officers across the nation. What are the plans with the bank to make the housing loan affordable for junior officers? And again, how does the bank ensure that officers in remote posting have equal access to its services? Because majority of our colleagues serve in a remote area. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Chairman and other members. Please, I'm Uime Sunday, Inspector Uime Sunday.
I understand we have a representative of the NDIC here. I wish to welcome you most sincerely. Welcome to our AGM. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Inspector Uime Sunday, attached to FID for headquarters here. My question is, so why is it that even when we apply for property, it takes time for even to have a reply, talk less of getting the property? Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Inspector Gideon Ekpo. So my question is, does the Nigerian Police Mortgage in charge of properties in the estate or the land, empty land in the estate? I want to know if person can purchase empty land in the estate, or is only the property you can purchase under the Nigerian Police Mortgage, sir?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Inspector Emmanuel Funwe from SPU Base 20. Sir, I bought shares from this mortgage from the first, because they deducted compulsorily from us, then I bought shares. But up to now, I don't have share certificates. I don't know whether it's applicable to me alone or some other people. I want to know why I've not been issued share certificate up to now.
Good morning, good afternoon, Madam Chairperson, distinguished members of the board. My name is Rebecca Martina Ishaku. I am an Assistant Superintendent of Police. I just want to ask, I want to know rather, what strategies is the board implementing to sustain the profitability of the bank and improve returns to shareholders? Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is SP Abraham Tambari. The compulsory share that was reduced, that's 10,000, and then I bought a voluntary one, 20,000. But in the certificate or in my account there is only reflect 10,000. So I don't know. How can I do?
Okay, I think, okay.
Good afternoon, sir. I am ASP John Itodo from SPU Base 4 Macaulay, sir. Sir, I sincerely want to thank the management of this bank, especially in the area of the WhatsApp group created for the customer in case of any eventuality or complaint. At least some of us who are not serving in Abuja here will be able to reach the bank if there's any problem. I so much thank them. Sir, I want to sincerely appeal to your officer. In 2001, when we were enlisted into the Nigeria Police Force, 8,000 naira can buy a plot of land. 2002, the same thing. But today, when you have up to 2 to 3 million naira, the probability of you getting a land even in Benue is 0, if not half. So I'm appealing to the authority if they can increase the loan from the previous amount, which is 3 million naira to 5 million naira. And if that is done, somebody who is applying for the loan or who is getting the loan will be able to buy a land maybe at a good area. That is my take, sir.
All right, let me answer this set of questions. We'll still take more, okay? Oh, sorry. All right, the first one, on the issue of protecting from cybercrime, isn't it? That's one area that not only us, even the regulators are very, very, very serious about it. That is why, as a matter of fact, even as of last week, we had a black on cyber security. So it goes beyond just even whatever it is. It is the entire system. Central bank is also very serious about it. By the time you have the regulators coming to also examine you, they also look at it seriously. So I think this one, what I will assure you is that with Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank, your monies are safe. Very, very, very safe. So you don't have to worry on that one. We have taken it and it's a continuous exercise. As they are opening their game, we are also being pushed to further up our defense on it. So I think you have no cause to worry on that one because the entire system, it is not just one bank, the entire system is taken into that. Affordable housing loan. I don't know, because you see, loans, there are so many other things into consideration. It is not just I want a loan and I want 100 million naira, I'll come and get it. No. There are other functions of, for example, your salary, your remaining years in service. Then based on that, you do what you do affordability ratio. And then by the laws of the land, okay, your total deduction must not be more than 33 1/3 of your salary. By the nature of our constituency, the police, you can say 90% or even 99% of police is for life. If you enter police, you don't leave police and go and join federal road safety, and then after 2 years you join to civil defense, just like we bankers jump. Police is for life. I think based on that, we even had an agreement. Federal Mortgage Bank also considered it. They even, instead of that as 3 1/3, you can even take up to a percentage higher, because as if today you have taken this loan and you are paying 40 or 50% of your salary, over there it may just turn out to be just like 10% because of you are getting promoted, salary reviews, and other things. So, and the loan, the rate for the loan, I think is 6%. So this one, once the houses are available, where the challenge where the challenge comes, I think, is where the house you want, your salary or the loan affordability cannot take it, and in that case you're supposed to give your own portion as equity. And if you cannot give that portion, that is where the challenge comes. So if this one, I think the houses, I would say the loan is affordable once the houses are there. And I think quite a number of people have collected. If you look at it, I think we have got over 6 billion in terms of our, yes, that we gave. In terms 6.9 billion in terms of mortgage, 6.2 billion. 6.2 billion, and out of 1,996 officers have gotten that one. I don't know if I have answered your question, this one. But if I have not, you can still raise it. I'll explain more about it. Officers in remote posting. Yes, normally, actually, if we even have houses, some of these, the last one that we had was a set from a cooperative. We send the signal through the system. These are houses. Officers who are interested can send expression of interest, and from there we do the affordability, and quite a lot. We have a lot of customers outside. But I know the preference mostly is in Abuja. That's why people most houses. But like I said, we always send, and not only that, through our social media handles, through our website, through our WhatsApp group, like he rightly mentioned, through our Facebook, Twitter handle, all of them will always pass these houses are available once they are available. It is for people to take the opportunity. And like I say, also send text through not signals. What do they call it? Signals. Yeah. And after that signal again, in fact, we even go a bit further because we know you have a lot of these your own classmate groups, coursemate groups, and what have you. We also pass it through there to make sure it has gone as much as to it has gotten the widest circulation. So I think this one, we try our best, but I know Nigeria is quite a large society and quite a big country that somebody may be somewhere in one corner, he may never see it. But you see, these are some systemic issues that we cannot we cannot help. Property issues. Somebody says it's difficult to get. Yeah, you see, it is based on availability. And once we have these properties, like I said, we'll pass it in the system, and a lot of people come and we do the affordability. Where somebody does not qualify, we notify him. The loan that you can get is not more than this. And so if you want to make this thing, you have to make up for the difference. And once they make up for the difference, we process it and they get it. But what they cannot, then the developer cannot take a loss. If the house, for example, just for example, is 10 million, okay? Your total loan, whatever, is 7 million. The 3 million, you have to make it up because the developer cannot take a loss. Cannot take a loss. And if you apply again and you say you don't get response, well, unless if there are no houses, because let us also put it there, it is only the house that we have. By law, we are not supposed to enter into housing construction. Where it is a status bar, it's not a permissible activity. But once the houses are available and you apply, in fact, we do it almost immediately. We tell you this is it, and some take advantage, some they say, okay, they back out. And some we even support them with if those that can take it up, based on the lending, if you can grant them lending based on the affordability, it won't exceed a certain percentage of their total salary. We also support on that one. But if there's any specific issue, please, I'm available, let me know so that I can handle it first. I'll take it up. Can one buy land or only houses? Yes, you can buy land. We have a scheme for that, land loan. But there are conditions, terms and conditions apply. Because, first of all, you must make sure there's a right title. So we don't give you money, you buy land, the next time, land has been revoked. Or next time, two people are having the land. But if it is within an estate, with a title document, the estate itself, and what have you, yes, we have a land loan. We have a product called land loan. Okay? So if you have it, yes, you can buy, we can give you loan to buy land. Okay? It's not only houses, you can buy. But, as they say, terms and conditions apply. Once you have those conditions fulfilled, so you are good to go. You get it. Share certificates is one of the most intractable issues that we have been facing. We have sent messages, we have sent whatever, and it is also on our social media handles. What I'll suggest this one, the person talking about shareholders, and also pass it to others. Anybody, anyone who has paid for these shares and doesn't have share certificates, please let him come across to us, or let him check our website. There's a way we can do that handle. I think even as they are doing in this registration, so they are giving people forms to fill. Not only the share certificate, you should also fill your e-dividend mandate, because I've been paying dividend now for 3 years running. For 3 years running. So if you don't have it, please register it and whatever. So this share certificate is a real problem. We have been trying to resolve it, and we have been calling for people. So please, 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 if it is not only you, come and see us. Just come to the office or check our website. You will see the right numbers to call or the forms to fill, which you can download and send to us. We'll handle it. Okay? So, no, it's okay. All right. Strategies to sustain profitability. All right. Who is the madam that said it? Yeah. All right. We have our own strategic plan. Okay. Which we are finished the first one. We're in the second phase of it, and we're on course. It will happen. If you look at it, the 3 years ago, the first time we declared dividend after whatever, we declared 3 kobo per share. Thereafter, 100% increase, 6 kobo per share. Now it's 10 kobo, 66% increase in that. That is in terms of percentage. But in terms of absolute figures, it's even more. The first one from 3, we added 3. This one from 6, we added 4 kobo. So I think we're good to go. And this, we're hoping by the end of 2026, the dividend will come here and approved next year will be much more than what we are declaring now. So, Madam, no cause for alarm, both the board, okay, ably chaired by AIG, Gimba, MNI, and the management. We are on, and we'll have cause to be happier. Okay. This issue of shares, I think, is the same thing that anybody with share certificate. In fact, before we leave, the share certificate, that's, please, anybody having any issue based on share certificate, okay, before you leave here, please, handle it, yeah? Is it clear? Anybody having any issue with share certificate or dividend, before you leave, you don't even have to come to our office. You don't come to the office without solving that problem. All right. Loan volume. My friend from Makodi. Okay. We look at it. You know, sometimes some of these things, you also have to manage, try to balance the business development aspect with risk management also. So we'll look at it because, you know, this, our renovation, I think, is one of the easiest and cheapest things that you can loan. But we'll look at it to make sure we have the right ring-fencing structures so that we don't open and then before long we start having some challenges. I think I've answered this set. Anyway, let me sit and take next set of questions, please. Thank you. Faith, questions. Asking questions. No, don't put that away.
Good afternoon, Madam Chairman, the Chief Executive, standing on existing protocol. My name remains ASP Nele Akpan Ezak. I want to support or lend a voice to the concern earlier mentioned by ASP Ilya with regards to informing or sensitizing people who are not based in Abuja, those at the regional and states. I remember last year we talked about this very particular concern. I particularly raised that concern that there is need for awareness. There is need for more effective communication and sensitization strategy. I wish that the Nigerian Mortgage Bank would put more adequate or effective measures to have regional representatives. Last year, I was even nominated by you, the CEO, to be Abuja focal point. But however, it wasn't effective. Sir, the benefit of having this regional sensitization reach out to members of the police force goes a long way beyond what we are seated here. It will benefit a lot of policemen. A lot of us are not privileged to have a mortgage or a building on our roof, on our head, as a result of a lack of information. I believe that as Nigerian Police Mortgage Bank and as colleagues of the Nigerian Police Force, will be more, there will be more into the police system if the Nigerian Police Mortgage Bank, as our very own, will do this outreach to members of the police in order for them to have their housing under them. And also, it will also help in generating maybe revenue for the Nigerian Mortgage Bank. So I want to stand and I want to reiterate that this outreach should go beyond Abuja. Secondly, I was privileged also to visit one of your mortgage activities at Zuma Rock Axis. I saw the buildings. I took a lot of my colleagues down there to key into it. But some of us will rather prefer to get a land, not as if the buildings are not okay, but some of us will rather want to get the land in that particular very estate so that we can build maybe based on the prototype that might be given to us, or maybe if it is at a random building type. Thank you, sir.
Still ASP John Itodo. With due respect to the House, in our last meeting, that was last year, there was a lot of massive, lamentation on the ground of this issue of code or application, where customers will access their money, transfer their money from any location at any given time. And Mr. Chairman then, he said something which I still remember, that the Rome was not built in a day, that they are still working on something, that very soon it will materialize into a good result. I know that the advent of the WhatsApp group created by the bank has also helped immensely in the area of assessing our salary on time. But when you look at it critically, you discover that maybe at night time, your salary has dropped. A situation come up. One may be in the state of dilemma where the access of getting the money from even from the bank or from anywhere is zero. But when you have this app or you have the code and the money has been paid into your salary has been paid into your account, you can access this money under 2 minutes without calling anybody from the bank or filling any form. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning, sir. I'm Inspector Faith Victor. As at when the money was deducted for shares, mine was deducted twice, 11,000 naira, which makes it 22,000. But I was surprised that my name was not found in the system. I want to know what is the problem.
All right.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is ASP Joseph A. In respect of this share, as my colleagues they have said, I don't have my certificate and I'm about to go now on retirement any moment from now. And there are many that also don't have access to the certificate and they have gone on retirement. What's going to be their fate? Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Sergeant Ashekon Shamsuddin. I want to ask again, sir, what is the Nigerian Police Mortgage Bank policy on foreclosing properties, and how many foreclosures have been made in recent years, sir?
Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Chairman and the senior officers on the table. My names are Ahmed Umar Abdullahi, attack to police account and budget, force headquarters. My question goes as those. In 2024, I filled a form of e-dividends at the force headquarters here, and up to date, nothing heard about it. I have the two certificates of 10,000 and the 20,000. Thank you, sir.
At this point, it's my pleasure to acknowledge the presence of AIG Larry Ogunlowo. It's nice to have you here, but thank you. Welcome.
All right, let me take this set before the next one. On sensitization. It has been coming over and over. And I tried that too. What is happening? All right. I think even sometime last month, we met with the AIG budget to discuss the issues, and this issue also came up. How do we do with the subject that we carry that on our own? We have in fact written a proposal then to include mortgage education in the various training programs of the police. As they are going, even made that proposal, let it be incorporated, and we will be going either at the academy or the police colleges or the training, whatever. Let us have this mortgage education as people like me. We have done that proposals. But you know, doing proposal is one thing, accepting the proposal is another thing, putting it into practice is another thing. That's implementation. But at least the good thing now, it's good that it came up. The chairman is passionate about training because her last posting was in training. She retired as a trainer, and she's still very active as a trainer. So maybe she'll also help us to pursue that. It will help a lot because, like I said, Nigeria is a very vast country, and all looks and countries have policemen. And a workforce of over 300,000 is quite a large number. For you to reach out, it's quite a difficult thing. But I think we'll look at how let us kickstart. That is what we want. As we are kickstarting and expanding, and then the information will also do it. And also maybe look at it internally. We're discussing it internally. How maybe is it jingles, or what we can do to be sent to the various, mostly the most effective courses that we said, well, COSMET group, the COSMET WhatsApp groups, and our social media handles. We'll see how we can widen the scope of what we are doing for them to understand us. So, like you said, you visited Zuma Rock, isn't it? What you prefer is land, not necessarily the building. Well, to us, we're a bit handicapped because it does not belong to us. It belongs to whatever. But I believe now, since the owners of the property, the area, have heard you. So we'll also take it up with them. Is there any way it can be done? Based on other regulatory issues. The land, the regulator, the land department, and what have you do, they allow that and what have you. But I think it's a good idea that can be looked into. It's a good idea that can be looked into, and on our own part, we are ready, if that can be done, we are ready to advance the loans to support people who can buy those lands. But I think I've taken a note of it. We'll see how we can do it, if it's something that can be driven. What you mentioned about this, it still has to do with the card issue, and which I said we're working hard, and we'll try our level best We have been on this thing since February. We have been on this thing since February. When we said, look, instead of all these letters, we wanted to improve. But then, getting there is just one item that has become, I don't know, has just one item that is becoming problematic. And then they are refusing the actual people who will now make it on, interswitch. They are saying, no, they must solve it before we go live on that. Even if we give the cards, others can work, but they are insisting it must be 100%. So it's just this last 1 week has been very terrible, but I believe by Monday we'll take it up, and whichever way, either we will have to sort it out within a short, because now the problem is not on us, it's on them to sort out what they're going to do. So we'll look at it first. Share certificate. Is the way the shares, you know, it was a compulsory deduction, let me put it that way. Some have filled forms. I think all those who have filled forms, their share certificates have been printed. Some have collected, some have not. Those whose money was deducted, but they have not filled the forms, their share certificate has not been printed because they don't, their records are not there with the registrars, who will now print the share certificates. So it's one of two things. If you have filled the form at the point of purchase, please see this man after this meeting. Okay? If you have not filled the form at the point of purchase also, see him. He will give you the form to fill. If you have filled it, he will take your particulars and get back to you. If you have not, he will give you a form to fill and we'll process it with first registrars, and I assure you within the next max 30 days, you'll be able to get your share certificate. On the e-dividend, somebody made mention that he has filled the form and he has not received dividend. I'm surprised, but please, there must be a problem somewhere. Just see us after, see this man also after. Let us get the real issue so that we'll address it. If it is from you, you address it. If it is from us, we'll look at what happened, what went wrong, so that we'll get it. So that we'll get your dividend for the last 2 years and the current one that I've just declared today. Okay. Issue of foreclosing property. Well, so far, I don't think we have done that. Let me see. Well, this man, even by force, they are good debtors. So we have no cost to do that far. Because the issue mostly is through salary, isn't it? Salary must be paid. So even by force, so they are good debtors. They are not bad debtors. Nobody wants foreclosure. Nobody wants foreclosure. No institution wants foreclosure. Because these situations have gone so bad that you are fighting somebody that have given him money to secure a house. You are fighting to kick him out of that place and recover the house. I don't think it's a situation that anybody wants to welcome. So we don't want that foreclosure, as some of my friends will say. It's not our portion. So somebody also mentioned that he's retiring. If he doesn't have share certificates, please see us after the meeting. Give us your detail. The one that was debited twice, also, let us see, because she was debited. Let's just have the hair. So that one can be treated as a voluntary. So the composer and voluntary. Okay. So also see us after, please. The one that was debited twice for the shares. Immediately after this meeting. I'll also. Okay. No problem. He will sit here. Stand up. I said this desk by the door. See it here. Himself and that madam. Okay? And I told them they shouldn't come back without solving problem. In fact, I'll be sitting here now, after, to be watching them, to make sure they're attending. They shouldn't tell anybody they're tired or whatever. Okay. So anything on share, please see them, we'll address it. And if they are proving difficult, I'm available, please. Okay? My door is always open. All right. And so I think I've taken this set of questions. So is there anyone that I skipped? Okay. All right. Any more question? Okay, just one more. One more question there. Why is the mic?
afternoon, the management of Nigerian Police Mortgage Bank. My name is Inspector Gwange Francis from Force Intelligence Department. My is an appeal, sir. We, the junior officers, what normally attracts us to banks is their interest rate on loans and their accessibility. So some of us are not with Police Mortgage Bank, but when we inquire about how much they give loans and the tenure and the recovery, sometimes we don't see reason why we should leave our banks and come to Police Mortgage Bank because of the interest. They are almost the same. I just inquire from the staff that if I am giving 3 million naira, it will be recovered within 36 months. And she told me how much there will be deductions. I calculated it, and it's almost the same with my bank. And when you hear customers who have subscribed to Police Mortgage Bank complaining of poor services, no banking app, so there is need for improvement and lowering of the interest rate so that it will attract most of us to come and bank with Police Mortgage Bank. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Faith, somebody is raising a hand. You want to say something?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Onu Sunday. Sir, we are here in regards to mortgage bank facilities. But from the sincerity, I was expecting you to expand more on the criteria for someone to acquire a house. Many want to acquire the house as a policeman, but the criteria, the factors involved have not been explained to the personnel who are here. That is the first question. Second one is, the junior ranks from the rank of constables to sergeants. What are the factors or the criteria for them to acquire houses? Because from the major house I've seen so far, the house rate from 70, 80 to 100 and above millions. And their salaries are very poor. What consideration can you give in to them for them to acquire a house? Thank you so much.
All right. Oh, okay, one more. Okay.
Thank you, sir. I don't have much to say, but I just want to buttress what Officer Onuma said on the concern and fate of the junior officers, sir. We have observed and discovered that this housing stuff, some officers are even getting too free and above, of which they are blocking chance of some junior officers in getting all of this. That is by the way. Again, sir, the something is on a very high side compared to our salary. What are the efforts in place to make sure that this thing is easier for us to access and affordable, sir? I have asked the question before and I'm still asking again, sir, please.
All right, thank you. On the service issue, we have taken note of it, and after the meeting, I will still be here so that let's discuss more. Let me know, because there may be some areas that I might not have seen. So let me know so that at least I'll also address it standardly. On the interest rate, I can assure you, our rate is one of the lowest in the industry. First of all, our mortgages, they're even trying 6%. For those who will give like equity loans or whatever, they are much lower than what you can get in the industry, okay? And there are some rates below which it's no longer economical, because remember, I also have bills to pay, okay? And as a shareholder, I also want dividends. So there are certain, but I can assure you, we also do this market scan on that. So our rates, I can assure, is one of the lowest, but we'll still go back and find out. See me, let me see which one is your bank. I hope not just the one in the forward, because you know there are so many things that are. Yeah, okay. Expanding criteria for houses, like you said, well, the criteria is simple. Can you afford it? That is it. And unfortunately, let me put it this way, the economic changes in the last 3 or so years, okay, have raised the cost of construction of houses so high because cost of cement, multiple times, cost of iron rods, but all the building materials. So you can see the cost is not the high cost of the house. It's not that just people wanted to, no, it is cost push. Whoever is developing must at least recover his money. Okay? There are some areas where you can do to eliminate some other things, like cost of land, cost of whatever. And that is what the IGP himself, I think, is concerned about it. We held a meeting with him about a month and a half ago on this issue, and he set up a committee on police housing on this one. We have started work, okay, and the good thing about it is that the chairman of the committee is still represented, so AIG. Sir, you know the last time we met, when you are asking your message for the IG, I say, that is housing committee. So from shareholders, they're also asking, housing committee work, okay? Madam Felicia, CP Lennox, you are also in the committee, so you at least are part. So at least it's good you have said it, it's not just me. We'll look at it, but the IG himself actually is really worried about how can we get these affordable houses. He's also worried. He started a committee on that, and we started working on that, but we'll try to, this has added impetus, we'll try to see how we can push it. Based on the recommendations that we have done in the initial report, I believe by the time it comes, it will help a lot, especially in the lower cadre. But mostly the challenge, like I said, is the cost of constructing the houses that have multiplied severally. So that is that's the main issue. I know some, like you said, they buy the land. Let me say it again. And please help us pass the message through your